Hi and welcome to Score Game. We're going to start a new series on the channel. We're going to start Tyranny. This is a CRPG similar to games like Divinity Original Sin or to Dungeons and Dragons. It's developed by the same people who developed Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2. I only played the first Pillars game and it was awesome, so I'm expecting this game to be awesome as well. If it's anything like Pillars, I'm probably going to spend this entire first episode just creating my first character. So enough talking, let's get started. Yes, this has to be the difficulty. The story mode difficulty setting requires minimal micromanagement and easily forgives mistakes in combat. Enemies receive a penalty to most stats, companion combat AI is enabled by default, and party members do not receive wounds until they are knocked out. The normal difficulty requires strategy and efficiency, but forgives a few mistakes in combat. Companion combat AI is enabled by default. The hard difficulty is suited for veteran players of isometric RPGs, such as Pillars of Eternity, who are looking for a challenge. Survival requires micromanagement and optimization of stats, items, spells, and abilities. Enemy AI is more efficient and uses abilities more frequently. And the last difficulty, the Path of the Damned. Enemies receive a bonus to most stats, have the most efficient AI, and will very frequently use abilities. Party members take more wounds during combat and when being knocked out. This difficulty level can only be chosen when starting a new game. And what do we have here? Expert mode. Expert mode disables a number of helper features in the game. Players who want to rely on their own faculties and intuition while playing the game should play Expert mode. This option is selected when you start a new game. It cannot be enabled in game, and if disabled, cannot be re-enabled in that game. Okay, so this is like disabled tutorial. And Trials of Iron. If Trials of Iron is enabled, only one save slot is permitted. If your party is defeated, the game ends. Your save is lost and you must start again. Recommended only for those who seek a greater challenge. This can only be modified when starting a new game. And we also have New Game Plus. Okay, I'm gonna play on the less difficulty Path of the Damned, but I'm not gonna disable tutorial. That's pretty stupid since this is my first time playing. And I'm also not gonna go Trials of Iron. I mean, I think this is for players who've already beaten the game and they know everything. So yeah. But I'm gonna play on Path of the Damned. I finished the Pillars on the less difficulty. And after managing to survive the intro part of the game was actually pretty easy. Only the first part of the game was like harder, but it wasn't impossible or anything. So I'm expecting this is the same thing.
For over 400 years, the armies of Kyros the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kyros' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite Disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spy master and Archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ashe, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the Disfavored. Though small in number, Kyros' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tunon, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kyros' minions. Tunon brings Kyros' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kyros' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
Okay, so I'm gonna play as a male. And for body type, I don't want him to be too slim. And I don't want him to be too big either. I think I'm gonna go with the one in the middle. Even if he looks kind of weird. Look at the female. It looks pretty good. But the male looks kind of weird. Okay, for skin, gonna go with the one in the middle as well. What do we have here? Role. In the Northern Empire, where you were born, men enjoy equal protection under the laws of the Overlord Kyros. In the southern lands of the Tiers, only men may own or captain ships, but the real estate is restricted to women. Men may lease, but durable ownership of the land in the Tiers always passes to eldest daughters or sister. It's the first time I hear something like this. Most sons enter their father's profession by their mid-teens. Those without a profession or family lands to work can find purpose by pledging services to one of the Overlord's mighty Archons. Criminals, derelicts, and others are often conscripted into the armies of the Archons. If a child cannot forge his own scion, I don't know what that means, he will certainly find one in battle. Okay, appearance, face and hair. I'm gonna choose hair first. I can't say that I like any of them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one, even though I don't really like it that much. Okay, and for beard, not bad. I kind of want this, but shorter. No way. Nope. Nope. This is longer. And this is nope. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the first one. Since I'm gonna play as a mage or wizard or whatever. Yeah, it looks kind of like a mage. And face. Yeah, I'm not gonna change it. Okay, what else? Hair color. We're not gonna mess with that. Voice. I can barely hear that.
Good work. You learn something every day.
That wasn't so hard.
Yeah, we're not gonna choose a female voice for our male.
Moving cautiously.
We must rest soon.
Yes.
I guess noble. I'm gonna go with male noble. Hopefully the voicing game is gonna be louder because I can barely hear this. And is that you or I don't think I'm gonna play with tattoos. Maybe something on the back. I'm gonna play without tattoos. And portrait. Okay, so since I'm gonna play as a mage, this one looks pretty nice. This is gonna be it. Today you are a Fateminder, agent of the Archon of Justice. You are by no means free, but as a warrior scholar deputized with discretionary powers to interpret and execute the laws of the overlord Kyros, you are freer than most. One does not apply to be a Fatebinder. One is called by the Tunon, the Archon of Justice, and to decline is dead. Millions of men and women live in the dozens of realms ruled by the Overlord. How did you stand out from among this teeming mess of desperation and insignificance and gain the Archons' notice? Okay, fighter, soldier, hunter, guild apprentice, war mage. I think this is it. I'm not gonna read all of them. Okay, war mage. Few have the combination of wits and courage to be accomplished casters and warriors, and those cursed with such combination of talents are invariably pulled from their mundane lives and assigned to the armies of the Archons. Your earlier memories are a painful slog of training, study, lecture and exhaustion. All the elements of being groomed for battle. You knew better than to ask what became of your family, nor to question the missives allegedly pinned by their hand that were part of your earlier lessons in reading. When you reached adulthood, Tunon the Educator came to the barracks and laid claim to your life. Seeing you as too valuable for the crucible of battle, the Archon of Justice deemed your life better spent dedicated to the art of punitive legal remedies. Though you had much to learn in matters of civil discourse, none could deny your bright future as Tunon's next great enforcer. I don't know what to say about that, but I guess if I want to play mage, I think this is also mage, but let's just go with war mage. Fine. Primary expertise. As one of Tunon's Fatebinders, you receive training in the arts of war, the intrigue of magic, and the inexhaustible depths of Kyros' law. Across the Northern Empire, the education of a Fatebinder is second to none. Those bearing the title and are expected to read instructions and understand the economies of the realms in which they operate. Literacy and mathematics skills rarely found on Teratus are essential skills in the execution of law. Subtler talents like speechcraft or tactics are honed with time and expertise under Tunon's guidance. Okay, we can choose sword and shell, and we're not gonna choose this. Javelin. Free sword, dual, short bow, unarmed attacks, shock spells, vigor spells, atrocity spells, or frost spells. What about fire spells? I want some fire spells. Frost magic is an offensive skill that focuses on slowing enemies as well as dealing cold damage. Mages skilled in shock magic can frequently interrupt their enemies, preventing them from executing their attacks. Full of Vigor is a utility branch of magic that focuses on granting bonuses to yourself and your allies. I'm not gonna go with this. Atrophy magic trains the skills and attributes of your enemies, weakening their attacks and making them easier to kill. I'm gonna go with shock spells. I'm gonna gain charge fist. Control lightning determines the character's ability to draw and control spells that use the sigil of lightning. Higher skill values increase the chance of hitting crits. +2 magic staff determines the effectiveness of attacks using a magical staff. High skill values lead to more accurate attacks. The dodge skill defends against ranged attacks from bows, javelins, or magic spells. Lore. Lore skill determines the character's ability to decipher information and put together clues from fragments of information. This skill is critical for magic users who wish to learn new runes to power their spells. And I think I'm gonna gain the same things if I pick frost spells, except I gain control frost control or something. Control frost, yeah. And these are for warriors, not for a mage. Okay, let's see the spell. Cooldown 24 seconds. 10 to 15 frost. Envelop a target in harsh winter cold, leaving them frozen for a time. Frozen affliction for 14 seconds. And 13-19 shock. This is more damage. 24 seconds, same cooldown. And whoosh, channel an explosive surge of electrical energy, releasing it all at once on a nearby enemy, interrupting them and sending them flying. I'm gonna go with shock. And what's this? Secondary expertise. Oh. Believing that all of his agents should be well-rounded, Tunon ordered that you receive training in a secondary combat style. Fatebinders are often deployed into treacherous circumstances, and one's ability to adapt to unexpected chances, like sudden violence or a legal entanglement, can represent the difference between life and death. 24 seconds, gather entropic energy and channel it into an enemy, tapping the target's might and vitality. I don't want this. In 24 seconds, fill the target with a surge of greatness, granting them bonus to might and vitality. So if I have another warrior in my party or something, I can buff him with this. This is pretty good. I don't know if I want to go frost. Kind of want a war mage focused on all damage, but at the same time, you know what? I'm gonna go frost shock. Character colors. I'm not even gonna bother. Maybe change the banner. You know what? I don't even think I'm gonna change the banner. Okay, let's go with this one. Looks pretty cool. Name. Corp it is. Attributes. Okay, let's read. Might determines the physical strength of a character. Increased might leads to more powerful attacks and stronger abilities, as well as increasing the endurance defense. Okay, this is for melees. The finesse attribute describes the character's physical and mental precision. Finesse is used to determine accuracy of attacks and spells, as well as increasing worn armor's chance to reduce a hit type, critical hit, or a hit to graze. Okay, so this is also for mages, I guess. What's this thing? Quickness. Quickness determines how often a character can use their abilities and spells in combat, reducing cooldown duration. Ooh. If I put a point in this, I'm gonna get minus 3% ability and spell cooldown. And if I put a point here, 2 accuracy and 1 armor deflection. Vitality is obviously for health. 5% bonus health and defense. Wits. The wits attribute describes the character's mental acuity, their ability to observe their environment and pick up on clues. Wits is used to increase spell strength as well as increase the magical defense. This attribute is strongly recommended for you because of your training in shock spells and frost spells. And this attribute is recommended for you because of your training in shock spells. And final one, resolve determines a character's ability to endure physical and mental challenges. Resolve is the primary attribute used to derive the endurance will and magic defense. It also increases the duration of afflictions applied by the character. We're obviously gonna put some points in wits because it increases spell strength. We're gonna put some points in this, yes. And Do we care about accuracy? I guess we care about accuracy as well. And it rates the wrong for you because of your training frost spells. Meh. Affliction duration. I don't know if I care about this that much. Bonus health and defense. Don't really need it as a mage. I don't need might. I guess another point in wits. And another point in... I mean, this is the last difficulty, so it's probably gonna be hard to hit my spells, so maybe I should go with accuracy. We're gonna go like this for now. What do I have here? Kills. 20 points available. Holy shit. Okay, so this is the magic staff from earlier. Control Frost. Determines the character's ability to evolve and control spells that use the sigil of Frost. Higher skill values increase the chance of hitting crits. Dodge lore. I have no idea what I want here. Base value 19. So if I put points in this, I have more accurate attacks and increased chance of critical strikes. The accuracy of magical attacks is determined by both the magic staff skill and the magic skill used. The magic skill used by the equipped staff. Okay. I guess we put some points in magic staff. Let's go with 40 here. We're gonna increase lore for some reason. And we're gonna put something like this. Okay. How do you want to continue? Conquest quick start. Selecting the conquest option will allow you to play through Kyros' Conquest of the Tiers, choosing how your character was involved in the invasion. This gives you the most control over the starting state of the game and how other factions will react to your character. Selecting the quick start option will bypass the conquest phase of the character creation. Okay, we're obviously gonna play this. This is going to be the end for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Ask me anything you want in the comments. I reply to every single comment. Or you can even recommend games you think I should try in the future. Subscribe and hit the bell for more Tyranny. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.